actually buy probably most of my fabric online, if not most, at least like 50%, right? So of my fabric online. And I know that that can be daunting for many, especially new sewists, which is fair. But even sewists that have been sewing for a while may not like it because we're tactile people. Like, that's why we're crafty. We want to touch, we want to feel, we want to see the drape, we want to feel the stretch of a fabric before we use it. So we want to see it in person. But you can probably guess while I'm making this video, it looks like we may be losing Joann Fabrics. It's looking like they filed bankruptcy for the second time in just a year. And with that being said, it sounds like if they don't find a buyer that they'll be shutting down their stores. Now, of course, at this time, we don't know what's going to happen, so they may stick around. But my fear is that even if they get a new buyer, the stores may not be the same. This new buyer may run the store totally differently. We don't know how all of that's going to play out. So in the meantime, in between time, I want to give you some tips on how to buy fabric online, as well as share my favorite online resources where I purchase my fabric or my other close sewing friends have purchased their fabric. My first tip for buying fabric online is use the fabric that you already have as a base. So if you're already a Joann fabric shopper, you know that at the end of the boat, they're going to give you a lot of information about that fabric. That's the benefit of sort of the chain stores, is you're going to get a name, you're going to get the content percentage, whether it's lycra, polyester, rayon, wool, whatever. You're going to get that description along with the percentages. So that can give you a good idea. If you bought some fabric previously that you really loved, it fit you just like it wanted, it had the right drape or whatever, then look for fabric that has a similar content to that. Now, that is not an end-all be-all, because you could have something that's cotton that's very heavyweight, like a twill or a denim, and you can have something that's cotton that turns out to be quilting cotton, or I don't know, like a chambray or something, right? So those two things are going to be different even though they have the same content. Well, that's where the title comes into play. So you look for your keywords like twill or chambray or challis or georgette. And if you put those two things together, the name and the content, you can get a little bit better idea of what the fabric online is going to be like. Now, this isn't limited just to fabric that you've purchased. This could also be items from your ready-to-wear in your closet. If you have a favorite pair of pants from a particular store that has a certain content in it, you can use that also as a basis for knowing what kind of fabric you want to buy in the future. This isn't always, like I said, going to work, but it is going to get you much closer. Some online stores allow you to buy a swatch of the fabric beforehand. That is actually the best way to test and make sure that you'll actually like the fabric, is to just go ahead and order a swatch, whether it's a 2x2 inch or 4x4 inch or whatever swatch of the fabric, and get that sent to you. That way you can see if you actually like the fabric before you invest in ordering the fabric. This isn't available on all sites, especially ones that are like wholesale resellers of overstock fabrics, but it can be an option, although you do run the risk of ordering a swatch and then it being out of stock by the time you want to order the actual fabric. But it is a way to know for sure 100% if you like the fabric before you buy it. The first store I want to share with you is Mart Fabrics. Now, I love Mart. It's probably my favorite online fabric retailer, and that's for a variety of reasons. One, they have great pictures, and when you can't touch the fabric, that really helps. Typically, you're going to have 3 to 5 images per piece of fabric here. They also give a great description with a lot of details, as much as they can possibly provide you with. Also, they have a rewards program, which is great, and they have flat rate shipping of just $9.95. And lastly, they let you buy the smallest unit of 1/4 of a yard after you hit that first yard. So if you're a person who doesn't like to have a lot of leftover fabric because you're really trying to limit your scraps and your waste, you can cut this down to 2 3/4 yards if that's exactly what you need for a project. Now, there are a couple of drawbacks. One, they do not have customer reviews and they do not offer swatches. Both of these are because they are a designer dead stock reseller, so they don't have constant inventory. By the time someone got the fabric, used it, and reviewed it, they'd probably be out of stock anyway. So There are a little bit of drawbacks here, but the pros highly outweigh the cons. Now let's take a look at their website, and you can see first up in center, there's a sale. There are daily sales with Mart Fabrics. All you need to do is sign up for their newsletter at your own risk, and you'll get straight to your inbox their sales of the day. Today we have 65% off. The day that I'm recording this, there's 65% off the categories A through D, which you can see the list of what that is here. And they're doing half off shipping, so just $4.99, as well as double cash points for their reward program. There's also a Sue's pick of the day where a certain fabric is picked by Sue and it's heavily discounted. There's also a closeout fabric sale going on right now of $2.96 per yard. And then we're back to today's special. These vary daily. There's always a sale going on at Fabric Mart. I also like how they categorize their fabrics here. So you have fabrics A through D, E through O, P through Z. Not sure why this was, probably a limitation of the website at the time, but it's here. They also have a breakdown of all the sales. So they have some fabric as low as $2. The sale that they were talking about, $2.96 here, and so on and so forth. These are pretty constant, but specials will jump up here. And let's just go ahead and take a look at a piece of fabric. Let's go with knit. You know I love a good knit. Ooh, let's pick this ponte right here. I like it because it's a ponte, which I love, and it has like this denim look to it. You can see here that you're going to have the title. They're going to give you the width. They're going to tell you what the price is per yard, what the regular price is, because they're letting you know it's on sale. You have 37 yards available right now. And then, like I said, you can do a yard and then add increment of a quarter yard. You can also see here that you have a ponte knit, stable double knit, which is what a ponte knit is, with soft drape. It lets you know semi-textured, firm hand, closely knitted, so it's going to be a tight weave. There is some slubbing and it's opaque. So to me, that right there is a lot of detail. They let you know the content. In the content breakdown, if they have the actual percentages, they would put it here. They give you the color family and then the breakdown of the colors, what the pattern is, what the repeat of the pattern is, the amount of stretch in both directions, back to the weight, letting you know that it falls away from the body, the width of the fabric. They give you uses of what you could use this fabric for, as well as the care, and then we know that it is in the ponte category. Now let's take a look at the pictures, because like I said, that's one of my favorite things about Fabric Mart in their website, is that they're going to give you the details. So you have this first relatively close-up shot. There's always going to be this like swirl shot. You have a very close-up shot here just to show you, I think, the slubbing and like the stripes. Here is a picture with the yardstick so you get a better idea of the scale. This picture shows you the wrong side as well, so you have an idea if maybe you wanted to do something unlined, or maybe something that the wrong side would show. You know what it's going to look like. And then this is my favorite picture, is where they drape the fabric over a stool, and that way for me it gives me a better idea about the drape and the weight. If it all falls down in small cones, you know, with sort of lightweight, it's really drapey. If it's stiff, it's going to hang out a little bit more, like this one, because it's a medium weight. So it gives me as much as I can learn about the drape of a fabric without being able to feel and touch it. Back on their homepage, I also want to point out that they have different categories here: new arrivals, the knits, the wovens, designers, all fabrics together. They do offer gift cards. They do sell some independent sewing patterns. They also offer sewing classes, which are virtual, and I think they're hosted on Zoom. Yes, there we go, on Zoom. So you can do that if you'd like to learn a little bit more about a particular technique or something. And they also have sewing room supplies. So you're going to find like your notions, your buttons, your elastic, and so forth, zippers here as well. They also have quite a variety of thread. As a matter of fact, if I take you to my cart here, you can see that, load up. All right, you can see here that they even give you add matching thread. So you can take the guesswork out of that. If you're already shopping for fabric, you might as well go ahead and get the thread, add that on. They'll put it in with your order. Let's take a look at Stash Cash, which is their rewards program. All you need to do is sign up with your email address when you order, and you can take advantage of their reward system. Basically, what happens is you're going to sign up with your email address and you get points every time you shop, as well as all these different ways. You have 1 point per dollar, and like I said, all these extra ways to earn points here. And then when it's time to use your points, basically $100 gets you $5 off in the future because $1 is 1 point. But they do run specials like they have currently where you get double points and stuff like that. But regardless, as soon as you hit 100 points, you can get $5 off 50. If you hit 175 points, you can get $10 off 75. And if you hit 250 points, you can get $15 off a $100 minimal purchase. And there are different levels depending on how much you spend annually. The more you spend, the more points you earn per dollar spent, and the more bonus points you earn just in general. And they do have a referral program. If you refer a friend to Mart Fabrics, you can get $10 in points and your friend can get $10 off their first $75 order. There isn't a link for this. It has to be done by email. So if you guys would like to place your first order with Fabric Mart, shoot me an email at tiffany@tipstitch.com and I'll be sure to add your email address so we can both save the $10. The last thing I want to talk about briefly is Julie's Pick Swatch Club. I'm bringing this up because I'm assuming if you're watching this, if you're new to buying fabric online, and this Swatch Club program is a really great way to get acclimated and learn more about new fabrics. Unfortunately, it's already sold out for the year. This is like an annual program, but I still want to talk about it really quickly because you can always grab it next year. So the Julie's Pick Swatch Clubs works as you get 30 different fabric swatches each month mailed to you, and you get first dibs on those fabrics. So basically the booklet looks like this. You're going to get multiple fabrics attached to this booklet where they're going to give you a lot of details as well as private links to buy these items. Now, if these items don't sell during the pre-sale that is offered only to the members, then it will hit the website and you can get it. But you never know if that happened or not if you're not in the club. I was in this club for a couple of years and it was great. But because you get the details and you get the swatches, it's a really great way to learn about the fabrics and what you like and what you don't like. They only have 500 slots available per year and they've already sold out for 2025. They usually start this back a little bit before Black Friday. They say here in the fall, so you can join next year and then get a year full of swatches each month as well as first dibs on these fabrics. Another great online store for designer deadstock fabrics is LA Finch. They offer a lot of the same things that you can get from Fabric Mart Fabrics, typically offering 1 to 5 pictures per fabric. They're not as consistent as Fabric Mart is, so I do give them a slight ding for that. They do give a good description when they can. I think it depends on where they've sourced the fabric from and how much information they were able to get from where they purchased the fabric to pass along to you. They do also offer $9.99 flat rate shipping. And if you spend more than $125, your shipping is free. You also typically have to buy their fabric by the yard, although some quilting cottons are sold by the half yard, and they actually sell quite a few remnants where you have to buy the whole piece. They do not offer reviews or swatches, but again, I think these are for the same reasons that Fabric Mart Fabric doesn't. They're a reseller basically, and they don't typically restock the same fabrics. They get what they get from designers and they sell it till it sells out, and then they're on the hunt for something else. So again, by the time you got it to review, it'd be gone, and by the time you got the swatch, it could be gone. So you're not going to get that here. Let's take a look at their website. You can see here they have many different categories that hit you right when you come up. They're telling you you can shop for your local store because they are based in the LA area and they have a physical store where you can shop if you happen to be in that area of the country. And then they give you some of the new fabrics right here on the homepage. So you can just start going as soon as you hit the ground running. Let's take a look at some of the designer deadstock denim because who doesn't love some stretch denim. So what they're letting you know here is this designer's dead stock. They're not going to tell you what designer. It's a denim that's stretchy, and they are selling it by the yard. Like I said, it's going to be the full yard. But as you can tell here, just off the rip, there's only this one picture. Now for denim, that might be fine. You can see that it's a deep indigo. You can see that it's like the raw edge, the selvage here. You know that it's a stretch by the description. So I guess, but I would always prefer to have more pictures if possible. They let you know here the content percentage. Like I said, when they know it, they share it with you. So you get that breakdown. You have the width. They give you a description. If they can tell you more about where the fabric came from and things like that, they're going to put it here so you know that this came from a designer in Southern California. It's definitely dark, stretchy. They give you the actual amount of stretch. They tell you it's about 10 or 11 ounces per yard. And they did give you some uses as well as the care. And of course, they recommend some other denims that you may like as well. So this is the kind of information that you get here. Like I said, pretty similar to Fabric Mart, just to me, not as descriptive. Let's take a look at another fabric. And this one looks like it has two photos. So you have this photo here. And then you have another photo. Oh, you have more. Ooh, look, here we have 5. So you have this one of it laying down. You have one of someone holding it up. This does sort of allow you to see the drape and everything a little bit better, as well as tell that this isn't truly opaque. It looks like you can sort of see through it. So here they are giving you some more details. I have found that typically if there's a print, you get a few more pictures because this is letting you know like the scale of the fabric with the ruler, as well as a little bit more of like the drapiness. And I guess this is all from the same designer here. So they do give you more pictures, I feel, for prints than they do for solids. And I guess that's a plus. I could also use more pics of the solids. Similar to Fabric Mart, they do sell other items like notions, buttons, and patterns. You can find those here. So here's some threads, some patches, and things like that. So you can get a little bit more than just fabric from LA Finch. They do have a bargain menu item here. So you can see these bargain fabrics that start at just $5.75 a yard. And this is going to, change all the time based on what they have in stock. Another category that I really enjoy is this end of the boat sale category. And these items are going to be per the piece. The price is going to be for the piece. You're going to get that whole cut. These are final sale, as you can see here, but you're going to get some great deals because they're basically, these are remnants. So you can get 2 yards of charmeuse for $10.95, 2 yards of shirting for $26.95. Sometimes they have denim in this category, which can be a really great steal. There's all different fabrics here. You have 1.5 yards of wool Melton coating fabric. So this is $18.95. So if you have a little teeny jacket, maybe you want to make a cute mini skirt, you can definitely make that. And where else can you get 1.5 yards of wool for $18.95? So you can find some great deals in this end of bolt piece. We can also take a look at their rewards program here. Same thing, you are going to join with your email address. You're going to earn points for every purchase that you make. So here you get $5 for every dollar that you spend, which, is great because you can redeem 1,000 points. So basically $200 gets you 30% off, or for every 100 points, which would be $20, you save $1. They also have a referral program where you and your friend can save $5 off when they make their first purchase with LA Finch. I'll be sure to put my link in the description box below. I have definitely ordered from LA Finch in the past. It is a woman-owned business. They are really great. They have great designer dead stock fabrics, so you're going to get great fabrics at a lesser price. I have found many great denims and wools on their website, so be sure to check them out as well. Fabric Wholesale Direct is an excellent website to order your fabric from. They offer 1 to 4 picks per fabric. They do a great detailed description of each fabric. They have a rewards club. They offer just a $7.99 flat rate shipping fee. And if you order more than $99, the shipping is free. They also have reviews complete with pictures from customers. And They offer swatches. I know, this probably should have been the first place I listed. They also let you order by the yard because wholesalers don't got time, I guess, to be divided into them fractions. Fabric Wholesale Direct has a very intensive website. So we're going to take a look at this in pretty close detail, I think. They let you know right up front that you're shopping directly with the manufacturer, which is great because your fabric can be restocked, which means that you can order fabric now and then rest assured that a few months from now you can order it again. Now, keep in mind, every time they make fabric, it can be a slightly different dye lot, so the colors could be slightly different, but it's probably going to be close enough for, what you're doing. So know that if you make a dress and later on that you want a jacket out of the same fabric, that it'll probably be there again for you to order it repeatedly. They give you some categories here on the front page for their newest fabrics, their dead stock fabrics. They even let you shop by application here. But what I really want to do is go up to this menu to show you how much they break down the different items on their store. So you can shop fabric. We're not even going to look at the rest of it right now. You can shop by type. So you can say, oh, I want a broadcloth or a canvas or a corduroy or a denim or a double knit, and you can look specifically for that. You can also look by application. So apparel, activewear, automotive. Are you doing something cosplay? Are you making a dress? Are you covering furniture? Do you need something to be aligning? Like, it breaks it all the way down. You can also do by content. So if you're a person who only likes natural fibers, you can just look at cotton or linen or, I don't know, rayon is sort of in between, but like you can just go straight to the wool. You can just look at the fabric content. If you know like wool bothers you, skip all of those. And you can shop by color, which is obvious. And then you can shop by pattern. So me, myself personally, I love an animal print. You can shop by African print. Maybe you love a chevron or, I love a houndstooth. So you have all those categories there as well to get you to what you are looking for the quickest. Let's just start with, I don't know, let's do a pattern and let's do African print. We haven't seen any of that so far. So they're going to give you the description up here to let you know that you can get like 44-inch unwaxed, or you can get 60-inch, stretch jersey. There are all kinds of different options here. And then here's where you have the different listings. They have a nylon ripstop. Like, have you ever seen a nylon ripstop in a kente print? Exactly. So if you come over here and you look at this, it's also polyurethane coated, so it's like water repellent. They're going to give you let me make sure I keep their header up here. Okay, they're going to give you the colorway, so you can get it in the orange or you can get it in the yellow. Both are really nice. They let you get a discount the more yardage that you buy. This varies by the fabric, but most of the time 1 to 2 yards is the price, and then you save 10 and 15 as you continue to order more and more quantities. They give you, like I said, a good amount of details here. So they're going to give you the content, the width, the weight, the thickness, which we haven't seen yet. I don't even know what double rub means. Sorry. Tear strength, the pattern info, so the repeat, as well as the care, and then some characteristics here. It's going to be waterproof, tear resistant, mildew resistant, and mold resistant because it's polyurethane coated. And then they're going to give you this very lengthy, that I'm not even going to read, details here about the fabric, as well as more care instructions, a little bit more detail, and then there's some tags here as well. So like there is a lot of information that you have for any one piece of fabric. And this one has 4 reviews. So if we click here, it will take us down to the reviews where you can see the overview as well as the individual reviews. You can even see that someone made an umbrella. Who even knew that was possible? And then if you zoom in, oops, sorry, let's do that again. And then if you zoom in, you can see that someone actually made an umbrella out of this ripstop fabric. So again, there is a lot of information here on their website. Let's take a look at maybe a knit. So let's go here and do fabric by type. And let's pick a double knit. Why not? Let's pick a double knit. It's going to tell you again a little bit about a double knit here, what a double knit is, that kind of stuff. You're going to have different kinds. So you're going to have a scuba, you're going to have an interlock, a ponte, Most of these are solids. You also have some prints here. You start getting into metallic. So there are a lot of options here. And just because, ooh, a suede, let's do that one. Let's look at a suede scuba. Here you have more color options. So you can see you have white, you have red, you could do like this brighter blue. They call it a royal blue, right? So you're going to have the images here, and then you have the swirl. This does give you a little bit of a drape. It's hung over something. You're going to get the right and wrong sides here, as well as a video. And like literally you cannot ask for more than a video. This is going to be the best way that you really get an idea of the feel of the fabric here. So that is amazing. Again, deals, the more and more yardage that you purchase, they're going to give you all the details, the lengthy description, the care instructions. And then if you scroll all the way down, you're going to get 23 reviews. So here are reviews with images. And here you can see, you can just scroll through and see what different people have made. And I think aside from the video, this is probably the best information that you can have to feel confident about your fabric before you purchase it. So I really love the fact that they have that there. And I think I pointed out on the other fabric here, you do have add a sample or a swatch for just 99 cents. And then you can also request matching thread or a zipper if your project calls for that. So you can sort of do all in one here with Fabric Wholesale Direct. They do have some notions. I don't think they have a lot, but they do give you, you know, buttons and dies and cutting tools and threads and zippers. And so information that you need here. They also have a category just for trim. So if you need bias tape, elastic, cording, anything like that, you have here. You can see here that they do also have the rewards club. It works similar to everyone else's, of course. The more you spend, the more that you earn. They let you know that you earn for different things here, right? So you can get a lot of points for some different items here, including writing a review. But basically, you get 5 points for every dollar that you spend. And when it comes time to redeem those points, 2,500 points gets you $25 off, 1,000 points gets you $10 off, and 500 points gets you $5 off. And I just always like a rewards club because if you purchase from a store and you like it, you're probably going to be purchasing from them again. Very similar to Fabric Mart, they have levels. So the more that you spend annually, the more perks you get. And they do have a referral where your friend gets $10 off their first purchase and you get a $25 credit off your next purchase. So I'll be sure to link my referral in the description box so we can both take advantage of that. We could dig deeper and deeper into their website because the amount of fabric that they offer is really almost amazing. You can see here rod, pocket, and table covers. They actually offer pre-made curtains and table covers. I'm not even going to go into that, but there's just so much fabric that you can grab here in so many different applications, fabric that you possibly didn't even know existed. So this is just really an amazing place to shop from. I've ordered a few things from Fabric Wholesale Direct and I haven't been disappointed. I don't know why they're not higher on my list. They definitely should be. So make sure you check them out. They are based out of New York, I believe. So I don't think that they actually have a store because, again, they're a wholesaler, but a great place to get some different fabrics. And this is going to be consistent, unlike some of the dead stock resellers, because they produce their own fabric. So they may add things here and there, they may get some dead stock in, but you're going to have a consistent sort of basis of the fabric that you can purchase. Next up, let's take a look at Cali Fabrics. They do sort of the bare minimum on pictures. You're only going to get 1 to 2 pics per fabric, but you do get something. They do a decent to good job of giving you a description about that fabric. They offer free shipping if you spend just $99. However, if you don't, they calculate the shipping by the weight of your purchase. So they do offer reviews from customers that may help you be confident in your fabric picks. They also offer swatches. Just know that by the time you order the swatch, get it and make up your mind, the fabric could be sold out, but that's going to be the case a lot of places. They also let you order by the whole yard only, so keep that in mind. The only thing that they really lack is a rewards program, although I do wish they'd give you a few more pictures. Taking a look at their website, you can see that they have the front section that's letting you know what's dropped recently, and they let you know that there are drops every week. They have different categories like fine wool and suitings, the sweater knits, bottom weights, and they're always going to sort of publicize what they have in new. So here are some categories here. They're also going to tell you featured, like I don't know how they decide that, but whatever they decide is featured. They're going to let you know best selling. They're going to let you know what's new. So you can look at these at a real quick glance. Let's take a look at this red double brush poly because one, I love double brush poly, and two, it has 23 reviews and I want to point that out. So here you're going to get the title of the fabric. You're also going to get like a write-up where they're going to give you some uses and just some information about the fabric, maybe where they got it from and all that kind of stuff. You have the price here, which all their prices are discounted from, I guess, I don't know. It's never the regular price. So it's $6.79. You can buy it again by the whole yard. You can also order just the swatch. They let you know how many yards they have left. But before I scroll all the way down, you can see here you only have this one fabric picture. And I guess that's fine because if you're familiar with double brush poly, there's really nothing else to show. Double brush poly is universally pretty much the same. So you just have to decide if you like the color. But again, I just would like more pictures. It would just, I don't know, somehow it would make me feel better. They'll give you additional information here. So you have the fabric content if they have it, the width of the fabric, the pattern and color, the amount of stretch here, 4 ways. They're going to give you the weight of the fabric, which can be really helpful. And then of course, care instructions. Everything ships within 1 to 3 business days, which is great. But here are the reviews, and these you can tell are verified purchasers. Probably they send you that follow-up email like, how did you like your fabric? Are you happy with your order? You know, kind of thing. Leave us a review. So this is letting you know that people have purchased it and how they feel about it. You can see that it mostly has 5 stars here, so you can feel confident ordering this fabric based on, you know, what other people did with it. Now, they don't have any images of like what they used the fabric for, but at least, you know, it's been vetted, I guess, by other sewists. Let's take a look at another fabric because I do think that if there's a pattern, you're going to get a few more pictures. So let's look at, ooh, you know, I love a houndstooth. Let's look at this stretch twill houndstooth. Again, you're going to get the title. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have any reviews. You get the description and the price. But see here, even with the pattern, you get 2 pictures. You get this larger picture that's a little bit zoomed out. And then you get this close-up picture where I guess you do get a bit of the scale with the ruler on the side. But again, that's it. You're going to get, you know, your information again here with the description details, and then this one doesn't have any reviews, but there are some great things here. Let's go ahead and look at the clearance because who doesn't love a sale? So you can see here, you can get clearance items, and this could be anything. You have a mystery pack, different fabrics, that's a double brushed, elastic, canvas, duck. There's a lot of different options that you have here. So if you really want to save, you can check out that clearance section. And like some of the other sites, they do have more than just fabric. They have this trims and supplies area where you can look at elastic, appliques, interfacing, buttons, and ribbons. They do not sell patterns though, so you can't get that here. And I don't think they have thread either, but I need to double check that. Either way, I do like how they've broken it down. You have the costume fabrics, you have the woven fabrics with more breakdown, and you have the knit fabric. So there is a lot to be said here. Now, I have never shopped from Cali Fabrics because I'm the kind of person who will put a lot of stuff in a cart and then I'll see the shipping price and I'll be like, never mind. And because they don't have flat rate shipping, you don't know what the shipping is going to be until, you know, you put everything in your cart. So that's just me. You know, some people don't mind that. I do understand why they do it as a small business, I guess. It's hard to just come up with a good flat rate because you could be losing money. Say if you're, you know, shipping heavy sweater knits or something like that versus like light chiffons. Me personally, I think you just sort of average that out over time, but I do understand as a person who sells things online that calculating shipping can be a pain, and they definitely let you know once you've added to the cart and entered your address and all that kind of stuff. It's not like it's a surprise, but it's not a flat rate. But they do offer some gorgeous fabrics. Let me just go into one more category, like let's say shirting, because I think we'll get a lot of variety there. So, they do have gorgeous prints, solids, pinstripes a lot in checks because I picked shirting. But there are a lot of options here. And I think if I scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, yet there's three of this many items. So they have some great selections. So definitely check them out. Just be prepared to pay for your shipping based on the weight. And if you're a person who buys, bulk fabric for several projects down the line, if you spend $100, it's free shipping anyway. So that's not really that much of an inconvenience. They are a family-owned business. They are based out of the Bay Area of California. My understanding is that they used to have a physical store, but sometime during or after COVID, they did shut down their physical store. So now they are online only. So definitely, shop small, support small. So yeah, it's a great option for ordering your fabrics online. And they do offer those swatches, which is a plus. Lastly, we are going to talk about Stylemaker Fabrics, at least for this video. Maybe I'll do a second one. Here you have 2 to 3 picks per fabric, so of course I wish there were more. They give you a decent to good description of the fabrics. They have a flat rate shipping of just $9.95 per order. They also offer swatches, which I do think is great. You can order the fabrics in incremental fractionals. We'll take a look at that. The only thing they lack are reviews of the fabric and a rewards program. Looking at the website, it's very visually pleasing. I always like their website. They give you this main header that's has to do with what like the season is now. Right now we're in February, so they are showing us like love notes. So this is going to be all pinks and hearts and reds and florals and that kind of thing for Valentine's Day. You can see here that they offer more than just fabric. You have notions, tools, buttons, and patterns. It's also in this drop down here. You can see all the other things that they offer. Strapping if you're into bag making, elastic, zippers, needles, threads, just about anything that you need for sewing. And then they have this category here for new arrivals. But I want to go ahead and just take a look at the love notes because why not? When we open this up, you're going to see a lot of pinks and reds and florals, and this is hearts on pigs and things. You're going to get some abstracts, just basically anything that's going to be pink and red. So again, I love the fact that they have a theme. They have it all together. If you wanted to like mix and match some different colors, they're right here next to each other so you can take a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and look at this sort of like abstract animal print, maybe daub kind of pattern here. This is going to be a challis. You're going to see the price. You're going to see the 2 images, which again, just don't give you a lot of detail. I wish you got a little bit more. You can order, like I said, fractional yardage. So not just a quarter yard, but a third or 2/3 of a yard. So you can really break it down here. They do offer the matching thread. You can decide if you want 1 or 2 spools because it's going to be the smaller 110 yard spools. You can order a swatch as we discussed, and I believe that the swatch price includes shipping with Stylemaker. They're going to give you here the content and the width. Since they don't give you that image with a ruler or some type of scale, they do give that to you here as well as the repeat. Also suggested usages. So, typically you want to use challis for a dress or a skirt or a flowy top. You also get care. They let you know that this is designer dead stock and it was made in Italy. You can even ask a question here and they'll get back to you, but they don't actually have a section here for reviews. And then they give you some options for some similar fabric. Let's take a look at this jersey knit, basically because I want to show you that they always have 1 to 2 pictures. No, I think there's always 2. So they just give you this and you can take a look at all the different colors of some of these options, which are gorgeous. And then again, you're going to get all that same detail here about those fabrics. You can also see from this fabrics tab that they have different categories as well. So vacation vibes, bejeweled, black cherries, probably going to be deep reds, fuchsias, fierce neutrals, green lights, no doubt inspired by Wicked. You can also do it by fabric type. So French terry, ponte knits, denim, whatever you may want there. You can do it by garment type, so they'll suggest what you need. Like, you know, you want to wear a pair of pants, but maybe you don't know exactly what fabric you need. You can tap on pants and they're going to give you like the bottom weight fabrics, and you can also search by color. So while I have never ordered from Stylemaker Fabrics myself, I do think that it is a great website to shop from, and that is why I have added it to my list. I have come on this website and liked fabrics many a times, and one day I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and grab some of their gorgeous fabrics. So those are the top 5 online fabric stores that I would recommend ordering from as a new online buyer. I don't think you'll be disappointed with fabric from any of those locations. Either I have ordered from or I know other people who have ordered from all the stores that I listed here today. They also all have return policies, I'm pretty sure. So if you're really that disappointed, you could always send it back. But I think these are great places to start. Again, if you're really unsure, maybe lean towards the stores that offer swatches. But again, I don't think you'll be disappointed in any of these. If you do decide to shop from any of these stores, please take advantage of my referral links in the description. Because you'll save and I'll save, and that'd be great. I always want to buy more fabric. I know you do too. So I hope this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy sewing.